Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, ladies. How is everybody doing? So today the title is Trust Your Gut in Business. It's your biggest asset. And not just you in business, but also in your life as well. Because I think some people don't have a big inner dialogue, but I do. Because we do talk to ourselves on a daily, don't we? We do think about things that we're going to do moving forwards and what we're going to have for tea and what decisions we're going to make about our children, our life, our business, our home, financial decisions. But sometimes when it's so close to you, you don't really know what to do with it, especially when it's in your business, because we're just like, sometimes it's scared. We are scared to change what we're doing, but sometimes there is signs around us. Sometimes it can take a while to move like direction with our business, maybe like quitting a job or setting up a new business. I have so many people that say, oh, I'm too scared, I don't know what to do, shall I do it? And this is why I bring manifesting into everything that I do, because manifesting encompasses the goal setting, the self-belief. It's not the woo-woo. Oh, people might say, oh, you can't just put it out there to the universe and hope for the best. No, you've got to do the work as well. You've got to do the deep work, the soul searching, the writing everything down. And that's what I've done over the years. And if it's not felt right, I've changed it, I've stopped it. You've got to just keep moving, I think. Sometimes life makes you move quicker. Sometimes we have to make decisions quicker. It might be, like you say, through a job. Could be a relationship. Sometimes we just have those epiphanies and we're like, am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right situation? I have so many women that reach out to me that are like struggling and like they've got things going on about within their lives, and they don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to make the wrong decision, because if they do, it's that feeling of you can't go back. But I feel like if we're getting a nudge from the universe to move things along with our business, change is scary. And sometimes we're scared of what are people going to think, are people going to support us. But I think it's just inevitable that we do change. And as much as we're trying to resist against change in our life and our business, that we keep getting pushed forward. It's like being stood like on the floor with our feet right really tight on the floor, and like when someone, like your child's behind you and they're trying to push you and you're like, oh, I'm not moving. And like when you're like just moving forward but you're not actually moving, like your body's just like moving. It's like that. You're being told, there's that voice in your head is say your gut saying, come on, we've got to move along, come on, we've got to do that. But sometimes we can really fight those demons in our head, because we're like, oh, shall I do it? Shall I not? And it's like when I was working after lockdown in a gym, and then I decided not to go back because things had changed for me, and I was launching my podcast, and I knew I would have just been going back to the rat race of, doing my hairdressing, trading time, for money, and it would have just been too much. My fibro was hurting. And I had to make a decision. And I love the gym and I love people, I love teaching classes, but I just thought, I can't do it. I felt like everybody had changed around me. I think the dynamics had changed, and I had a lot. I even went back to the gym for like a week, and then I just felt everyone was different with me. I just felt something was different, something had shifted. I just didn't feel that energy anymore. And it was really sad in a way. And it was like, you lose a relationship, but I'm like, I've got to do it. But wow, if I wouldn't have done that, people would have kept me in a box. I wouldn't have done my book, and I wouldn't have done my podcast. I wouldn't have gone into more business coaching, would I? I would have just, I've had my business for over 20 years. So I love the coaching and this side. And I do obviously go a lot more into podcasting and self-publishing, because that's what I teach and that's what I do. But I was listening to the universe saying, come on, Like, people want you to teach them. Why don't you do it? Set up a course. And I'm like, oh, like, maybe I should. Well, I'm not qualified to do that. I'm like, well, sometimes we don't need to be qualified because we've sometimes got a lot of qualifications already, transferable skills. Sometimes we just need to apply them. And that's what I always say to people, like when I work with them, when I do the manifestation, like we do that hour and I look at everything. And I mean, 90% of the time we have tears in those because I don't know. I have a way with people that like to open up. And sometimes it could be something actually that you're not expecting to come out. Because sometimes you don't want to offload everything to somebody, you don't want to disclose information. But it does tend to go back to relationships at home, things that are going on, like personal things. And if personal things affect our outcomes and us moving forward in like everything that we do, being self-aware in our business, it's like knowing when that them conversations drain you or you're forcing content out. Because misalignment in business shows up as resistance. Sometimes we feel imposters within groups, in social settings. I get this all the time. That is why I'm just destined to work for myself. Yes, I have clients come in, but I have different clients on a daily. They come in, I see different people. I've got a client coming in soon and I'm really looking forward to seeing her because like I've known her my whole life. So we always have a good chit chat about things, and she, you know, it's nice that you have people like that you trust, that you don't tell everybody everything. You can tell people like a limited amount of things, but I think sometimes we can just keep everything in, and sometimes we just need to let go. We can outgrow our current level and what we're offering, and it can feel uncomfortable sometimes. Like even like your offerings, like your audience might not feel right anymore. The way you're working, you might be putting, you know, things on the line. Even your identity in business, like I love branding. I've seen like I've been doing all my branding with Kimmy, and I just love it. It excites me, and we have such a great time. And then we did the photo shoot the other week, and I'm like, when's my next one? I just love it because I could just escape for a couple of hours, and we have a good chat. And I feel like it keeps things fresh in my business. I've created lots of social posts. I've got them ready this week, and I'm just going to pop them out. So I'm all ready for the week now, and I put like captions on them all. So people don't get fed up, because I get fed up of my own stuff. I easily get bored of content, and then I can go back to old pictures. And I feel like every time Kimmy does pictures, I'm like, obviously I'm losing weight and things like that. I just feel even more amazing. She makes me feel amazing without, feeling like, sometimes we don't like to say to ourselves we look amazing or we feel amazing. We do when we're all dressed up. We just feel incredible, don't we? We just feel, you put a bit of lippy on, get your hair done. It just changes our outlook for the whole day. Yourself sometimes a bit of, you can give yourself a life audit and a business audit and just see if everything feels aligned. Sometimes we need to revisit our offerings and say, well, what are we offering? Is it good? Are we actually making money off it? Have we got things going on in our circle that actually is taking a lot of time up? Because I have so many women that say like they've given up things lately because we trade a lot of time for money. We trade a lot of just energy where we could be doing other things. And I always say, when it comes from a manifesting point of view, once you let go of something, new things come in. Open that door. Don't slightly leave it ajar, just open it up. And sometimes your next level isn't about doing more. It's just about refining these particulars just to get yourself going a little bit and trusting yourself. I think we always know the answers to our questions, because I've been in conversations with friends and we do voice notes and they're like, we bump ideas and say like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I'm like, you know the answer. But I feel like sometimes it's good to get that outside input, especially make sure you're getting it from the right people. Don't ask people that are not in business, because they won't give you. People can be a bit neggy towards your business because they can be, and people don't know your business sometimes, or they're not in business. So make sure you've got your circle of people, and that's why networking's good, and just doing collaborations with people, because you learn from people. Knowledge is free, and we learn so much from each other. I've learned so much, especially after lockdown, and it chucked me into this online passive world, and I didn't know what it was before, because I've always worked in salons and then worked in gyms, and everyone's got a fixed mindset about what they want to do. Everyone's just thinking more clients, more money. But it just stresses you out. It makes you poorly. And sometimes you can just get up in the morning and think, oh, just like things can get too much. So I think it is all about going through and auditing your full business, going through everything, like even like your link tree and your websites. Go and see if your links are working, go and see if actually do they stand out to you. Get your friends to have a look, saying, what do you think about this? Do you feel like I should change this a little bit? And I've got some things that I want to change, especially like my graphics, because they're a bit older now and I've lost weight. So this is the thing, that I've lost weight, and my pictures are like, I've got bigger pictures, and I'm like, oh, some of them I started changing along the way. So this is a thing to do. It's like, make sure you're completely like going through your business all the time. Don't just leave things out there, because they can be stale and stagnant. And there's things I'll probably just get rid of off my link tree as well, because it's over consuming. There's a lot of things on there, and I'm like, people will probably think, oh, like, what is all this stuff? Because I do so much, and I like to put it out there. But then I need to make sure I'm just niching to like podcasting, self-publishing, and then obviously doing the one-to-ones as well. So sometimes a one-to-one, you don't particularly need to know what you want to do. Actually, you could come off the end of the call and think, right, I want to launch a podcast, I want to do a book. So you don't know until you've done a one-to-one with somebody. A one-to-one or so cathartic, you can do it on, I mean, I do a lot of mine on Zoom, because Zoom's like great. You can be anywhere in the world. And just sometimes that little like exchange of energy and chat, and let's do some goal setting. I could send you information, like a little pack to fill in before. So you kind of, you're doing the work, you're writing everything down, and then I can ask you the questions on, I mean, a one-to-one, like, what, an hour is not enough. So you're probably like, oh, I could do another hour. And it's just getting yourself going. Sometimes it's good just to have that private person where you can ask information from, and a little bit of business advice, because we always seek the people that are online. We think these big gurus are going to give you all the advice in the world, but they're not the ones that are always doing the work for themselves. Like they have like a team of people, and they're not always going to be like working like you. Like if you're a busy mom and you probably don't have the funds to employ people, or you don't want to spend the money. Your money is your money, it's precious. You don't want to be paying people to do things for you. I do all my work myself, and it's so hard. And I know I should probably get somebody to do my socials, or a little, a VA or something. But then are they going to put like, I don't get it, like, because I think, well, how are they going to talk like me and work like me? And I just feel like I can't give somebody my reins. Maybe I should get someone to do some social posts. I'm like, it's finding the right person that's like me and giddy, and that's going to have my back, and also trusting somebody as well. So maybe that will come, where I get somebody to do some social media around like sound bites, going through everything. So that is something I've been thinking about lately, is getting, maybe like pushing my podcast out, going through my socials. But that's giving people some access to my socials. I don't think I could do that, because in my private things, my clients, my chit chats and stuff, I feel like when I know people that I speak to in business, and I'll message them, and they message back, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like you. And I know, and that puts me off that, because that interpersonal connection is lost then. And I need that in business. I need to give that. So that's a big thing as well, if you're thinking about getting that extra VA just to help you. I think it's different if you've not got a personal business. As in, when I'm doing manifesting and coaching, my language is different when I'm talking to people. But if you've got something like, say if you're doing like law, and like if you've got work that it's quite generalized language, and the person probably wouldn't know that it wasn't you. Or you could actually say, I'm Lindsay's VA, or PA, whatever, like I'm helping her. So going to ask ChatGPT this week, I'm like, right, looking at my business, and I've already programmed it to know about my business, and what would it benefit, what would I need it to focus on, what would I need someone to focus on for me, and put out there, with it just seeming like it's me sometimes. And obviously I would answer all questions. I can't not answer. I'm old school, like I have salons that you have to book, and then you get charged, like when you book, like, so if you don't turn up for your appointment, you get full charge. I don't really have that system, because my clients are all in. I don't like to book online, and I like to have my buffer time, and I'm very old school, but it works. Like I don't promote my salon online. My clients, because what I do, as soon as my clients leave, or when they're in the appointment chair, I rebook the next appointment. It's done, dusted, they've paid, there's no issue. I don't have walk-ins. I don't really take new clients on, because I don't want to, I really want a peaceful life now in business. That's running nicely. I just need to grow this business and my podcasting, and I've got things coming up, the collaborations and things. So it is just looking at everything and feeling really step into that manifesting, even within your business, and looking at your money mindset and looking at everything. Is there any like money leaks in your business? Is there anything that you can like tighten up a bit? Subscriptions, I don't really have any subscriptions. I've got one thing maybe I could get rid of. I'm like, shall I get rid of that? It's not a major thing, but I think, is it serving me well? Am I getting anything from it? Probably cut it. And swap it for something else, because I think sometimes obviously we've got our business expenses and things that we've got, but sometimes I see people just spending money on all these coaches and different things to try and get all the information, but we can be information overloaded sometimes. We don't need that. I always say, just trust your gut, just work, stay in your own lane, look at what's working for you, and then ask ChatGPT if you're struggling with anything. I'll tell you what, I've got the most information of ChatGPT in my business more than anyone, because it kind of gives me a refined answer. It doesn't tell me what to do. It gives me like a focus or something to say, right, well, what about doing this, Lindsay, because this looks a bit icky, and it'll give me like feedback like that. And I know people don't like ChatGPT, but I'll tell you what, it's good just to run an idea through, and that's the thing. You don't have to feel silly. You can just talk about it. What do you think about this? And they're like, oh, it's not really your vibe, that, because they know my vibe and the way I talk. So yeah, so just look at options when you are, within your business and like what you are doing. I think it can be hard, because sometimes we're just a bit like, oh, what shall I do? But yeah, I think you've just got to with yourself and just keep writing everything down and do your journaling and your planning. And if you've got an idea, look at it, just talk it through with somebody. And I think we know sometimes when the next step is to move on with our business, or, take on a new challenge with our business, and have that confidence to, do that. And I've been speaking to a lovely lady, and she's trying to like up level her socials and promote a book, and she's coming on the podcast, and I've like give her like loads of like a voice note, and like, because it's all new to her, this, and like do this and make sure you don't do that, and because like people could take advantage, and I would not like that to happen to her. And I feel like I'd love to help people, because I like to show what I've done and what works for me, and just show up, be confident. And I think with this lovely lady, it's confidence. Once you battle the confidence, talking online, and speaking to people, you feel like you're an imposter sometimes, or you're not qualified enough, or you're not business enough. Well, do you not think I did that? Even though I had my salon, I started doing lives. I hated it. I shut down. I was like, oh, I look awful. Look at my skin. Or look at this. Now I'll just do a live, or I'll do a story. It won't bother me, because it's practice. Practice makes perfect. That's what my motto is. So, you know what? You might be at the beginning of your journey. Just keep listening to the podcast, and hopefully it will give you that confidence you need to keep moving forwards, and send me a message if you're struggling with anything. Because if we don't do it, we don't get anywhere. So if we do it and it don't work, we've done it, haven't we? It's an experience. It's opening yourself up for that growth mindset. We all need that growth mindset, because it like, if we've got that fixed mindset, we just kind of just fall flat again, and we're like, oh, it's not worked out. Getting the right advice, and also just before you launch something, just make sure it's refined, you've got everything out there. Because sometimes I see people setting up businesses, they throw it out into the wind, and about 3 months later I like recheck on them, and like there's no whiff of like the business or anything that they were doing. I'm like, because they've not really thought about it. I think they've seen a money fix idea, quick fix, and like, let's do this business. But this podcast is sponsored by the My Nora app. If you or someone you love is experiencing coercive control, you need to know about the My Nora app. Created by Emma Davey, a survivor and advocate. This powerful app helps you safely collect evidence, protect your well-being, and take back control, discreetly and securely. Download the My Nora app today and start reclaiming your power. Just search My Nora in your app store now. I feel like the key issue sometimes is we're always rushing, aren't we? We're always rushing in life, we're on to the next thing, and next quick fix, and it's like, oh, like years ago, everything was just like calm. I feel like years ago, everything was just, you did it, there were no competition. I feel like the comparison side of life, and like we look at other people and we we subconsciously like take a little bit of other people, like what they're doing on the business. Like there could be a podcaster that listens to this, and then that could influence him, like I did with Linda. My episode changed because I listened to Linda, and she also humbles me as well, and she gave me a big shout out on the last episode. So Grey Roots and Chicken Boots, don't forget to go and listen if you want just a lovely, beautiful podcast that's down to earth and it's just real. That's the podcast to go to. That's my guilty pleasure. It's just Linda if I just need some sensibility on just living life, and she's just so in tune with life and how it rolls. I think that's good. When you get to I'm not going to give her age away, but when you get to an age and you can be quite self-assured and actually look back on your life and your reflection in business and what she would have done, it's really nice listening to somebody like I do, and I talk about the past and what things have worked for me and not worked for me, because that is the point of a podcast. That, like, you might not agree with everything I say on the podcast, but the purpose of the podcast is life coaching and self-development and manifesting and parenting. You're going to expect that from me. Some episodes might resonate, some you might not like want a business, and this might be like, oh, but you'll take aspects of podcasts and language and apply it to other parts of your life, because that's what I do when I listen to podcasts, and I'm like, you know what, it doesn't really relate to me now, but then like later on, like you remember parts of things that you hate in life and you can apply that language. And that's why we need that communication, and we need to have those businesses where they're not just online, they're like face to face. So if you are working online, get yourself out there and like create something, create a legacy, because if we don't, then we don't evolve, do we? We can be like narrow-minded if we're just listening to one person. So it's really important that we are like taking advice from other people, whether it's younger, older, because we all have different experiences, don't we? And I feel like sometimes you can send me a voice note. If you're struggling with anything, send me a message, say, right, Lynn's, I always get these Lynn's, like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, but that's it, I'll just you'll get an honest opinion with me. Like, I expect an honest opinion back. I think sometimes that's what we need sometimes in life, don't we? We need that wisdom of other people, because we can be stuck in a rut and we can only see our way of things in life. But because we need to learn, that's the whole point. Like years ago, we'd have like a community, the village. We don't have that anymore. Life doesn't work like that. Like where I grew up, like we had neighbours we can pop into playing out on the street. I say hello to my neighbours, but I don't get involved with them. My son doesn't play with the children. Life isn't like that. I think people are so like particular and protective over their assets and their life that I think the world's made everybody like scared and worried and like guarded on everything, like money and time, and it's not a nice place. I mean, I'd love to go back to times when I was like at primary school. Life was just easy. Nobody bothered about anything. Everyone, like your corner shops, and everyone respected everything. But it's just pure greed now online, isn't it? All I've seen all week is certain business owners that are in the industry that I follow online, and there's just been a lot of bitching all week, and I'm watching different people bat for different sides, and I'm watching it all thinking, where's it all gone wrong online? It's because certain people have raised profiles, certain people are earning more money becomes more opinions, more values, more jealousy. Just be happy. And if you're in the mind manifesting world, you're not going to be jealous of other people. You're going to be happy, because if you're happy for other people, what then happens is your time will come. If the universe is watching you and you're being ungrateful and not giving that thanks, I do feel like it does halt your manifesting process, because it's not a nice trait to have, is it? So anyway, I am going now because I am going to the gym. So I've not really been this week. Because I've been going to the gym and I've been aching. So I'm meeting my friend. She's not been out all week, but I've blocked it out. I'm going. My son's actually gone to school. I picked him up early yesterday. He's gone back today. He got up actually all right. Well, a bit of a sniffle, giving some Calpol. Took the Calpol to school. And yeah, he said, I feel like a baby going with Calpol. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't like the taste of anything else. And it says like 13 years plus. So like, it's for adults, says adults can take it. So the great thing is school that they can administer it, because they have other people on medication. It just keeps that temperature down. So anyway, he got up. He was awake before me. So I was like, but he is going tonight to get some early Easter treats, because we're going to watch Mario the movie, and last time we left it late, all the merchandise had gone. Like, it was all bare at Smith's. So his nan sent him £40 from Devon, and he sent a few other things. So it's not going to be a cheap after school thing. So I said, right, let's go, because I'm having my tooth out on Friday, so I'm going to have to rest, and the hubby's working weekend. And before you know it, Easter's, like, they break up on school, so it was his Friday treat, but because of my tooth, I'm like, tonight's the best night to do. So I think he got up, and he's like, I'm still thinking about what I can have, but he wants, like, really baby toys, and I'm like, we don't have the place to put it. Just get some, like, little figures. They're easy to store away, but I don't know if that's you, if you've got SEN children, I don't know what it is. When it comes to toys, they need to anchor onto them. It gets an infatuation with them. I've just booked Haven again for half term in May, so we're going in July and May, and straight away he's like on it. So I've got like 2 bouts of Haven, but I love it. And hopefully the caravan, it'll be warm and it'll be lovely in the caravan. They've got like a lake view. So do you know what? I'm happy with that. I'll probably not go abroad this year. I'm just not feeling like, I feel like I want to go abroad. There's so much going on in the world. I'm like, I'm just staying here. I'm just getting in my car and my passport has just run out. And I'm like, oh, do I renew it now or do I just wait a little bit longer? So to be honest, I'm not planning to go abroad yet. So and I think it's hard when you go abroad with SEN children. There's just like 3 of you. You've got to keep your eye on them, and like his holiday's going to be different to like your average. Like, taking a 15-year-old, usually they chill and they meet other children. I've got to be really careful with him, because 15-year-olds that haven't got SEN are in a completely different mindset. So, but Haven's great, and actually my friend's going and her family, so she's like, oh, we're going that week. So she's like, and her son's like 6, and they're gonna go like Build-A-Bear, and like 15-year-old and like a young one. But Harry will love it. Like, he'll love playing with it, and it'll get him on the dance floor. So it's gonna be like incredible. So that'll be cute as well. So yeah. Anyway, I better get my gym gear on. I was trying to talk myself out of it, and my friend texted me saying, come on, just come to the gym. I was like, right, okay. I'm like, oh, my neck's stiff, because I slept on 2 pillows, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym before school. My husband's just said, you're not going to the gym? I'm like, yeah, I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not meeting her for another 45 minutes yet. It's literally around the corner, so and I might get myself a nice Costa. I'll probably like burn the calories off and put it back on with a Costa, but you know what, that's my guilty pleasure. I might get a nice hot chocolate. I'm just fancying a hot chocolate because it's cold. I might do that, get a Costa, yeah, and then go to Smith's. So wish me luck there. You'll probably see it on my socials. So yeah, that's it. So if you are struggling anything in your business, all my courses are in the link tree. There's lots of freebies on there. If you want to book a one-to-one, send me a message. We can do that via Zoom. And if you've not bought my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, you can get that on Kindle, or I definitely get the book. You can write in it. There's lots of information in there. I think it's nice that you can do some like activities, because sometimes the part of self-development work is just getting things down on paper. I do it. I have to go back to basics all the time with my goals. And sometimes it's like goals run over sometimes, and it's not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect with everything that I do, but I kind of keep my head on an even keel with doing it the way I do it. Just keeps me a little bit more accountable. So anyway, I will speak to you all soon. Have a great day. Don't forget to connect with me on my socials. Send me a message. If you do send me, connect with me, just tell me that you listen to the podcast and I will accept you on. So yeah, anyway, I'll speak to you later, and happy manifesting. Bye for now. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.